Good morning, everyone, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you, again, another ship I said I would. Tashkent 39. Now, this ship is only available right now in the Armory for the exchange Armory voucher. Armory voucher, I guess. Sorry. So I'm going to do some math for you just in case you haven't looked at it or you just have a crap ton of resources sitting around. So let's assume you only pick up this ship. Okay? So it'll cost you, sorry about that. It'll cost you 83 Armory vouchers. Armory vouchers. Armory vouchers. It'll cost you 83 vouchers. So 83 times 100 doubloons is 8,300. So 8,300 doubloons will cost you about $32 if you wanted to buy it outright with regular money. If you wanted to use free money like I did, it'll be 83. So that's 166,000 coal. Now, I did that just because, you see, I had a lot of coal. I had more coal than this. So that's a lot of coal. And then when you do free XP, careful, no, I don't do anything stupid. It'll cost you over 1,245,000 free XP. Commander XP, I know I don't have enough. I'm gonna have to just do the math on that one. 45,000 times 83 is 3,735,000 even. That's a lot of money. Now for credits is 93, is basically the exact, is a little bit less than what you would pay for, well, never mind. It'll be 93,375,000 even. So overall, the most effective ways of getting this ship are coal and doubloons. If you don't have a lot of coal, use doubloons. And that'd be a little around $33. But that's average. So we're going to bring up, the only other Tier 7 destroyer you can get. Let me just go to the premium shop for you. And I'm sorry if you can't see this screen. So Leningrad will cost you $22.20 plus the international transaction fee. So about $23. So you're paying about roughly $10 more for, a little over $10 more for this destroyer. But she offers a very unique playstyle that none of the Soviet destroyers usually get, except Neustrashimy, which is the Tier 9 premium. So Neustrashimy is the only one that has a similar playstyle to this ship. And the only reason I say that is because of these torpedoes. Neustrashimy doesn't have a lot of guns. As you can see, it only has 4 guns, okay? And Tashkent 39 only has 3 guns. But it has 9 torp tubes. Neustrashimy has 10 torp tubes. So it plays a little like Neustrashimy, except without the zombie heal. And a little bit more consumables. But still pretty good. So let's go back to Tashkent for you. We've covered how to get this ship. Let's look at it. And I have Leningrad here because this is the only other Tier 7 destroyer. Now, economic boosts, pull off that for you. Without the contributor flag, it would be 5% to credits, 55 to ship XP, 65 to commander XP, and then 50% with the bonus and a clan. Okay? So Very even. Same thing for Leningrad, so nothing special. Armor-wise, 16mm armor and 13mm armor with a 20mm conning tower. Not much. You're going to be taking damage, like always. Survivability-wise, since I have an enhanced Alexander Ovechkin, which gives me an enhanced heal by not much, you're not looking at much health. 24,000 max. My friend Cap had it yesterday, and he had about 20. Let me look at the text. He had... What did he send me? He sent me the exact amount yesterday. He had only around 23k, so you're not gaining maybe like an extra 1,000 or so. Maybe a little bit less. I'd have to recheck. But you're not gaining much with this commander over that. I mean, the only real difference is that I have the ability to have this, which with only 3 turrets, it's not going to make a difference. So I just took it for the enhanced survivability skill. Now, artillery-wise, she only gets 3 130 guns. So you get 2 in the front and 1 in the back. Now, these guns, I don't even recommend putting any gun ability into these guns. This is a pure Torp build. So, the guns for self-defense, so 5-second reload, 19-second 180 time, 94 max dispersion at max range, a 10.5 kilometer range, max damage for HE, 1900, 8% of fire, 22% armor pen, and, well, 870 on both the AP and the HE. And then a max damage of 2,500 on the AP. I'll be honest. Sitting down anything with these guns, it's going to be very difficult. So, this is mostly HE spammer, and it has very big arcs. So, think of, like, I don't know, Akatsuki arcs, almost. A little bit around those as a guideline, but with less gun power. Again, all in the Torps. So, let's go to the Torps. This is what you're going to be using. So, these are 9 533mm Torp tubes, 180 time, 6 seconds, reload time with a full build, 90 seconds, so a minute and a half, 10 kilometer range, max damage with everything built in, 15,100, 66 knots, fully built in, and 1.2 kilometer detectability. Depth charges, so let's say you run into subs, number of charges, 2, 6 bombs and a depth charge with a max damage of 2,400 and a 40-second reload time, so you can do some damage against subs. AA, absolutely nothing. She gets 6, 12, 1.7mm, then she gets 6, 45mm, 94 continuous damage, and a 2.5 range. So, crap. Again, don't do anything with the AA or the guns. Everything is the Torp power. Maneuverability-wise, very decent, actually. 45 knots, 730 meter turning circle, 4.8 rudder shift, so pretty decent. Now, the detectability is pretty bad. 7.6 fully built in. So I'm going to bring up all the other Soviet destroyers for you. Just bring them all up. There we go. Is that all of them? Am I missing one? There we go. Okay, so since it is Tashkent 39, we're looking at the original Tashkent. So you're getting the same Torp tubes, but you're getting less gun power, okay? So this is the unmodernized version, I would assume. Now, Kiev. Let's look at a full build on Kiev. Kiev has better detectability than this thing, even though you can put the module and everything on there. But you get better detection on the Kiev than you do on the Tashkent 39. Now, the other ship is Leningrad at tier 8, or tier 7. So let's pull everything off and compare her to Leningrad, since that is the only ship out there. I'll just do a small build. Just do this, because we're just going to compare the same builds. How we have it usually set up. Okay. So, economic boosts are the same. She has less health than Tashkent would. Around 6,000 less. So, she has to consider about more health than Leningrad. Artillery-wise, she's more of a gunboat with 5 130s. Same, basically, kind of gun setup. Same HA damage. Same everything on the guns. A little bit more range, so she's more gunboat build. Torp power, though, without being fully built, we're looking at a minimum of 63 knots. And, well, same damage. So not much. But then we look at detectability-wise, 6.6 built in. So she is a little bit more stealthier. And she still has that ability to stealth torp with 8 kilometers. So she has 8 kilometer torps, but Tashkent gets 10 kilometer torps. So in terms of stealth torping, Tashkent 39 is the better stealth torper. Maneuverability-wise, compared to Tashkent, she is better maneuvered as far as rudder shift goes. But I could have not the same modules, but I honestly would say that out of all these ships, out of these two ships, I actually enjoy running Tashkent a little bit more. I found this to be really fun to play. Now, for equipment-wise, you could get the rudder shift down to probably what Leningrad's was at 3.7 if you took... Actually, no, you can't. But you could get it down to about 3.7, so let's just look at that for a second. Mount 3.9 full dismounted. Okay, so well 0.2 less. So, but this is why I like Tashkent. I mean, I ran main armaments 1, engine room protection, Torp tubes modification 1 for the 5% speed, and my Torp tubes being incapacitated, and propulsion since I'm going to be stopping in my smoke and moving and everything. Okay? For consumables, she gets damage control, minimum of 3 charges, smoke generator, minimum of 3 on engine boost, and minimum of 2 on torpedo reload booster. Now, I don't have survivability or superintendent, so that all goes up by 1, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, for the build, I actually did a Torp build. So, like you saw earlier, I have preventative maintenance, last stand, enhanced survivability expert, concealment, adrenaline rush, fill the Torp tubes for minus 10%, swift fish for Torp speed, so another 5 Torp speed, and then I thought about picking up liquidator, but I'd probably pick up with the last 3 skills, of course, superintendent, just because I found that having those extra consumables would really help more than having like AA specialist or anything for the guns. This is a full Torp build. If you want to get the most out of this ship, you've got to do a full Torp build. Now, for camouflage-wise, she doesn't get anything special, but she does get an alternative camo. So this is like the first one, and then the second one. You see it goes from a gray to kind of a seafoam blue. The seafoam blue actually looks kind of pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much the 2 camos she gets. Nothing special. But that is pretty much Tashkent 39 in a nutshell. So let's get into the replay, and I'll show you how to do a Tashkent. At least how I did it. Hello, and welcome to Tashkent 39. This is the official review. Now, as you saw in my build, I am running a pure Torp build because, as you can see, as you know, 3 guns, 3 130s, but you get 9 Torp tubes. So, more Torp build. And I decided to make this captain my official Neustrashimy captain. to put them specially for the Neustrashimy.
Attack the enemy naval base from the specified directions.
As you can see, our team, Ricky the Atlantic Coast, Polar Bear the Anhold, Random, F. Carlio, Ironclad and Wichita, Clouthy in the Macquarie, Cap in a Tashkent 39, and me in a 39. So, we've got double 39s. The only downside is Cap has a little bit more experience. This is my first battle. But as you can look at the health, or if I can see Cap, I have more health than Cap. So either Cap's not running survivability expert or he's not running a special captain. Because I believe, yeah, this is my Alexander Ovechkin. So yeah, he is running survivability expert, but Ovechkin gives me more because it's an enhanced survivability expert. So I get not that much more health than him. Like, as you can see, literally not much. And it's a very interesting ship. Smoke, engine boost, and a Torp reload booster. It's definitely an interesting setup. I feel like if it had 2 heals, it'd be interesting. It'd be a pretty interesting destroyer. And I'm basically just waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna make a run on this DD, or this battleship. Now, this is interesting. You see Cap launching torps, Cloudfear launching torps. Cap takes literally all of Cloudfear's torps. Cap misses the DD. And you're thinking, okay, is Clouthy gonna hit it? No, he misses. So, out of all those torps launched, nobody hits the DD. It was entertaining. I was kind of amused by it. So apparently it only took 3 torps to kill the Baron. I thought it would take more, personally. Now, this, I should have anticipated this. Now, see, you can see that I am getting engine boost. You can slowly see the gun just slightly just start to turn. And that's when I get, like, screwed. My engine goes out. Had I just kept moving forward slightly, I could have had all my torque. I could have had launched my torque on the Baron or the United. Now see, those would have hit. I just aimed a little bit more behind. I probably would have killed that Nurnberg. Then you see Cap with his engine boost. He's already launched torps on the Gneiser now. And you see Cap already on torpedo reload boosting and sending another set at the other battleship. I still have my reload boosters left. And you know, everyone knows where I'm going. I'm already going for the battleships. And I thought my Torps would outrun Cap's, but I think he had just enough lead where his were able to reach. He does do most of the damage, but my Torp gets the kill. Not much, though. Pretty bad, in my opinion. But you see, Cap's all the way in there now. There's not much he can do. So he has to make his way back out. And you're thinking, well, he doesn't have much damage. Okay, well, let's see where we're at in the next 6 minutes. And again, this has like an 8.6 kilometer detection. I have it at 7.6. So it's not great. But you still have a window to stealth Torp. That's the thing, is that you can still stealth Torp. But you need concealment to make it more viable. But you are not fighting destroyers in this, unless you can get lucky. If you're going to take it into randoms, definitely I would advise RPF. RPF in a stealth build, so you can still attack everything else. But you definitely want, if you're going to try to go for destroyers in this, RPF, absolutely. But I'm detected, because I can't outrun this DD.
Attention, main task complete. Retreat to the designated area.
And I just dropped because I know he's going to drive straight into him. And I'm trying to get, and I thought, okay, let's see if we can get a fire. But as you can see, the lack of guns is just really anemic. There's just not much you can do. Like, there really isn't. The guns just don't do anything. This is a pure Torp build. On pure Torp build. Boat. Absolutely. Because that's where all your damage is going to come from, is the Torps. Now, I do move out to try to help Cap on this destroyer. Now, I do get 2 Torps for around 19,000 damage, so not much. The bad news is that Cap's the one spotting this DD, and it goes dark. Because he was trying... Because it's really hard when you have the same ship and you're both competing for the same damage. I mean, it literally is. And I don't want to burn my reload booster yet, because there's no point. And I'm just running it. I'm just trying to get away at this point. I don't know what happened to Cap. I think he took a Torp. Yeah, he did take a Torp. He turned back into the Torps. Yeah, he took a Torp, and yeah, yeah, I do take a Torp here, but I have my heal, or my. I do get the kill on that, and I'm at 99,000 damage. Now, I've gone dark from the DD. The DD's going to keep going south. But that's not what worries me. Look at that Nurnberg. He's technically in my detection area. So I have to get away from him. He keeps going forward. He's gonna walk right into my detection. So I'm literally skirting. He's barely he's so close, like 0.4, 0.5, like he's that close. So I have to get away, and he's getting closer. And I've still got a smoke, and I've still got two reload boosters left. When I smoke up, because in 15 seconds he will be spotted. Yes, he is literally right there. Now, his secondaries are gonna, they do need to take a chunk out of my health. But my Torps basically take him out. So that was about 60,000 damage right there. Or a little over 60,000 K. Now I pop my reload booster. They're like, nice.
Нужна разведка.
And he's literally right there. And he takes me out. But I do get 2 Torps for practically all of his damage. So about down to 30,000. And Wichita picks it up. It's worth it. 4 kills, 19 Torps, Ray, 187,000. That's a pretty good game for your first match. I'd call it a win. And I'm saying worth it. I mean, I did sink both battleships and do most of the damage on them. So, I did my job. Now, you can look at the map and it's like, well, they start to get a little confusing. Because you would think, well, Ricky would go to the evac zone. Well, no. I don't really know what was going on. And as I was talking to chat, I was thinking, what the hell is going on? Because the Wichita's in the circle. The Carlio's just kind of sitting still. Well, he's going forward. But he's literally going forward like 1/4 speed. And Ricky's just kind of sitting there. Because, well, let's face it, I took out both battleships. So that was about, like, well, most of my damage was from battleships. So everyone else's damage, especially the slow battleships, was battleships. And they all won damage. And they're all trying to get damage. But you see Ricky and the Carl are literally shooting that Baron from, well, all the way over there. I'm thinking, well, those Torps are going to hit. Well, they're not going to hit, but they're going to you know, get blocked. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like looking at the map and thinking, well, what the hell is going on? The Carlio is slowly moving forward. Ricky, I have no idea where he's going. But look at Clouthy. Okay? And Cloud saying move to the exit. That's fair. But look at... That's a fire on that Baron. Clouthy's gonna ram it.
Enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
And I think he dropped Torps on the Gneiser now. Fair. Clouthy takes out the Baron. So, and he's like saying, you only need 2 now. Which was, you know, nice. Because I don't think had the Carriel, it wouldn't, you know, damage adventuring. We wouldn't have won this. It is interesting how all the DDs died, but 3 battleships were kind of all over the place. I mean, the Anhalts gets the exception because he kind of went north to help. So he has to come all the way south. But Ricky, I was just scratching my head on that one. But, I mean, a pretty good display of the Tashkent 39 in operations. She's a Torp build, folks. Run it with a full Torp build, and you'll get some pretty good results. And the Clad's like 3 minutes, get in the cap. I can understand them being like, let's get in the cap, let's get in the cap, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. But I mean, the battleships just wanted damage farm. And I'm like thinking, blood, let's go. And I'm thinking, did he seriously stop? I mean, he's fine. As long as he gets in after the minute.
Reconnaissance reporting. The 5th enemy
Now he starts to slowly go forward once the Bismarck shows up. But let's hypothetically say that the Bismarck turned and Dev struck him. It'd be a loss. Because no one would make it. Unless someone else died. And that someone would have to be Ricky. But we get a solid 5 stars. Pretty good display of the Tashkent. She's a good ship. If you can pick her up, pick her up. 5 stars. That's a pretty good amount of free XP. 22,222. Not bad. Second, not bad. Wichita did amazing. Really amazing. 1,800. Wow. Really nice work. Took 7 Torps to kill that battleship. I was really hoping to get more on the Gneiser now, though. But not a bad match. That Torp really hurt me, though. The Torp and the Nurnberg. That took all my health away. But I think it's a good ship. I think it's a very good ship.